was that?
I think that was a rifle.
That almost hit me.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, let's go. Move!
What the fuck? No.
Go, you fucking snowflake!
The film begins with a wealthy woman named Athena engaging in light-hearted banter with her elite friends in a group chat. Athena suggests that they will soon have the opportunity to unwind by hunting undesirable individuals at a manor. However, her friends caution her against making such remarks via text, as it could lead to potential leaks and consequences. The scene transitions to a private jet where Athena and her affluent companions are en route to their destination. One of them, Richard, converses with a flight attendant, boasting about his experience with caviar. As she pours him champagne, a large man enters the cabin in a disoriented state, appearing as though he has been drugged. The unexpected arrival startles the group, and the confused man questions his surroundings. An elderly gentleman claims to be a doctor and instructs him to lie down for assistance. The large man complies, but in a shocking turn of events, the old man stabs him in the throat with a bat.
Just gonna stand there?
The large man retaliates by seizing a champagne bottle and smashing it against the old man. He attempts to attack the others, but Athena approaches him calmly from behind and forcefully drives her heel into his eye, eliciting a scream of agony from him. Subsequently, the large man is taken to a room where he pleads for help one final time before succumbing to his injuries. In the same room lies a woman known only as Yoga Pants, who is unconscious. The following morning, Yoga Pants awakens in a field with a gag secured in her mouth. She spots another gagged woman named Crystal in the distance and calls out to her, but Crystal ignores her and walks away. As Yoga Pants moves forward, she realizes they are not alone. Several other individuals are also gagged and bewildered. In the center of the field stands a large wooden box, prompting a man to approach and attempt to open it. Moments later, a small pig dressed in a shirt emerges from the box, startling everyone present. The man then enters the wooden box and retrieves an array of weapons, causing everyone to rush forward to grab one. Meanwhile, Yoga Pants discovers another piece of wood with a set of keys, which the group uses to free themselves from their gags. However, the film takes a dramatic turn when gunfire erupts from a distance, resulting in chaos and numerous casualties.
That almost hit me.
But tragically, the woman's head is blown off. The horrified man attempts to flee when he notices another woman impaled on a spike in a pit. She mentions that tomorrow is her birthday and pleads for assistance, prompting the man to help her escape. However, they don't get far before he steps on a landmine, resulting in his gruesome death. As chaos ensues, many others meet horrific fates from grenades and arrows. Only a few survivors remain, still in peril. Amid the turmoil, 3 individuals find refuge at a gas station run by an elderly couple. They threaten the couple with a gun, demanding their location, and the terrified couple reveals they are in Arkansas. One survivor calls 911 to report their situation, but the operator remains unervingly calm, assuring them help is on the way. While waiting, one girl eats marshmallows from the store, only to discover they are poisoned, leading to her tragic demise. This horrifies the remaining survivors, and soon the elderly couple turns on them, revealing their complicity in the deadly game. After eliminating all the survivors, they begin disposing of the bodies. The old woman feels guilty upon noticing a deceased man wearing a wedding ring, but her husband dismisses her concerns, claiming he was a monster with a lineage of oppression. Shortly after, they receive a radio alert about another target, Snowball, who is unarmed and ripe for their amusement. When Crystal arrives at the store, the couple feigns innocence. Surprisingly calm, she asks for cigarettes and pays without mentioning the earlier violence. However, she notices blood on her change and confronts the couple about their location. When they confirm they are in Arkansas, she violently slams the old woman against the table, asserting that cigarettes should only cost $6.
Cigarettes in Arkansas only cost $6. You fucked up, bitch.
After dispatching them both, she exits the store with a shotgun and radio. Outside, she spots a car with a fake Arkansas license plate and discovers a bomb beneath it. As she listens to the radio, she hears other elites discussing the ongoing killing spree. Concerned by the lack of response from the elderly couple, the group soon dispatches a drone. Crystal quickly hides, but when someone shoots down the drone, the kidnappers realize they are being monitored and turn off the radio. Shortly thereafter, another survivor, Gary, arrives and aims a gun at Crystal.
I'm a friendly.
She explains that she's also a victim and warns him that firing at the drone has alerted their captors to their presence. Feeling foolish, Gary and Crystal urgently search for an escape. They reach the train tracks just in time to see an approaching train and manage to jump aboard. Inside, they encounter a group of refugees, prompting Gary to ready his weapon for defense. The refugee leader speaks in Arabic, pleading for mercy, but Gary suspects they are actors placed by the elites to deceive them. He threatens the leader when suddenly, the train halts and foreign soldiers arrive to detain the refugees. Gary attempts to explain the situation, but the soldiers speak an unfamiliar language. As the soldiers walk away, the refugee leader surprisingly addresses Gary by name, revealing that he is one of the elites and that while he is acting, the refugees and soldiers are indeed real. Angered, Gary attacks him, leading to a fierce struggle. During the fight, the elite drops a grenade from his bag. Gary seizes it and shoves it in the man's pants before he and Crystal flee. Gary escapes while Crystal is taken by soldiers to a refugee camp, where she meets an English-speaking commander. Shocked to learn she is in Croatia, she recounts her ordeal, and they bring in another survivor, Dawn, who shares a similar story of abduction. The commander agrees to contact the U.S. ambassador for their return to the United States. Eventually, a representative from the U.S. Embassy arrives to escort them away from the camp. During their journey, the two explain everything to the shocked man, who promises to track down the elite criminals. He then questions why these individuals were kidnapped, implying they must have done something wrong. Don asserts his innocence, but Crystal unexpectedly kicks the ambassador out of the car and reverses over him, killing him. Panicked, Don chastises her for killing their supposed savior, but Crystal opens the trunk to reveal Gary's dead body, confirming that the ambassador was part of the elite group. They also discover a map to the criminals' hideout and decide to confront them, bringing the pig from earlier along. The scene shifts to a bunker where the elites discuss various global issues, presenting themselves as philanthropic. They are protected by Sergeant Dale, a seasoned veteran who has been training them. Shortly after, Richard steps outside to urinate when Don arrives with the pig and inquires if it belongs to him. While Richard is distracted, Crystal stealthily approaches and slashes his throat. Back in the bunker, the elites hear footsteps and prepare their weapons. When they fire at what they think is a threat, they realize it's just the pig, leaving one woman distraught over its death. Crystal then appears and begins dispatching them effortlessly. Moments later, Don arrives from upstairs, shocked to find Crystal has defeated all the elites. He grabs a gun just as Athena speaks through the radio, asking Don if he has killed Crystal.
Did you get her? Dawn.
Whoa.
Horrified to learn he is part of their group, Crystal holds him at gunpoint. Don insists he is innocent and doesn't recognize Athena's voice.
They're playing you. They're fucking with you. I'm on your side here.
You don't have to pretend anymore. She's figured it out.
Just drop the gun.
Crystal approaches the gravely injured Sergeant Dale for a brief conversation, during which she reveals her military background and service in Afghanistan. Dale concedes that she has one and urges her to return home, but Crystal inquires about Athena's whereabouts. Dale warns her against confronting Athena, who has been training for 8 months. However, under duress, he discloses Athena's address before Crystal shoots him. Upon arriving at Athena's residence, Crystal is instructed via radio to leave her gun in the mailbox before being allowed inside. Face to face, Crystal questions Athena's motives, who explains that her life was shattered by a joke and blames individuals like Crystal for perpetuating online hate. Athena details Crystal's troubled past, including dropping out of school at 12 and her family's tragic history. Crystal clarifies that she is not the person who mocked Athena and reveals that her mother is alive and her father was not involved in drugs. Skeptical, Athena dismisses this and they engage in a fierce battle. Athena proves to be a skilled fighter, ultimately wounding Crystal with a blender blade. Despite her injuries, Crystal retaliates fiercely, stabbing Athena multiple times with the same weapon. Exhausted, they collapse on the floor, where Crystal asks about Athena's codename, Snowball. Athena explains it references a character from George Orwell's Animal Farm. Crystal counters that Snowball was an idealist misrepresented by others, suggesting the name fits Athena better. Eventually, Athena succumbs to her injuries while Crystal rises to tend to her wounds. She then dons a beautiful dress from Athena's wardrobe and leaves the mansion with Athena's dog. Boarding a private jet, she informs the pilot of the deaths of their bosses, and he nervously agrees to take her home. The film concludes with Crystal sharing caviar and champagne with the flight attendant from earlier in the story. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Your support really helps us grow and bring you more amazing content.